Thank you very much, President. I appreciate that. I'm from Elyria, which is only about 10 miles from where I live. And Mark, thank you, and Gary, thank you, and all of you out here. We understand that the first and primary responsibility of government in this country is to keep people safe. And the people standing behind me today understand that better than anybody else. They sacrifice, they risk their lives protecting us, they risk their lives fighting fires, they risk their lives as emergency rescue squad, part of emergency rescue squads. They risk their lives every day when they go to work. They say goodbye to their families and go off to work and never really ever are absolutely certain that they will return. That's why they are so essential to our country and to our communities, and why the endorsement of police and fire and first responders means so much to me. And it really became clear to me, and Mike Taylor's heard me tell the story probably far too many times, but I did a roundtable at Broad Street, right at Capitol Square, during the beginning of the issue on SB 5 last year, just to hear from public employees what all this meant to them. And what I remember police officers said is, we don't negotiate just for wages and benefits. We're also negotiating for safety vests, and other kinds of safety equipment. And I remember firefighters said the same things. I remember teachers said, we don't negotiate just for our wages and our benefits. We also negotiate for class size. So these are public employees who do these jobs, don't get paid a whole lot of money. They simply ask for collective bargaining rights for their families, for their communities, and for the safety of themselves and their communities, and making their communities better places to live. That's why my work with them has been so gratifying to me, but more than that, why our work together has mattered for this community in Columbus and Elyria and all over Cincinnati and all over the state. In addition to obviously collective bargaining last year, making sure that the police and fire and our safety forces can do what they need to do to protect us and serve us. In addition to that, we've worked together on a whole host of other issues. I've been working with police officers around the state on the Blue Alert, which is modeled after Amber Alert, so that if a police officer is injured or killed in the line of duty, gosh, I'm so sorry. Police officers are injured or killed in the line of duty, then immediately an alert goes out across county lines, across state lines, to protect other police officers. There's nothing worse than someone injuring or killing a police officer. The same with the SAFER grants, as Mark mentioned, the Staffing Adequate Fire and Emergency Response grants, which has really made a huge difference in places like Elyria and around the state. The old fire grants and now the SAFER grants. When local governments are squeezed so much as they are in this state now because of lost jobs, because of years of declining manufacturing, only now upturning but not turning up fast enough. Those in with the cuts from state government and the estate tax, and especially the local government fund. This kind of financial assistance, whether it's SAFER grants, whether it's COPS grants, any of those that we can do from the federal government are especially important. That's why we resist those kinds of budget cuts out of Washington that come to local governments, because it makes such a difference for them and makes such a difference for our community. They can't do their jobs without public support. It's up to us as elected officials to make sure that they get that public support. They protect us, they serve us, they made a difference in keeping all of us safe, whether we even recognize it or not some days. We owe it to them at least to fight for them and make sure that they have those rights to do their jobs better for our community. So I'm so grateful to FOP and other police organizations that have been supportive. I'm so grateful to the International Association of Firefighters, and especially Ohio, and especially the locals, for their assistance. We'll continue to work together to help them serve our communities better. So thank you again, all of you, and we'd be glad any others.